Hi, my name is Carrie, located in Florence, Kentucky. Knowing I needed more tires on my car, we went to a place called Tires Plus up here on US 42 in Florence, Kentucky, and we purchased 4 new tires with them. And although I knew I was spending a lot of money on tires to begin with, I had originally just used them because that's where we had a card at, a credit card, and I was able to finance it. In being there and getting tires, they do what other mechanic shops do, I guess, and do like a diagnostic almost on your car to see if it needs any other work done to it. And while doing that, they came back with papers showing that I needed more gas. I needed something with my gasket covers to be fixed. My gasket valve covers needed to be repaired. The seal was leaking, causing me to lose oil. So immediately I was concerned and made the appointment with them to fix it and going by what they told me needed to be done. Well, my husband was told it would be like a 2 to 3 hour job. He was up there in the store for over 6 hours that day. When he left and pulled out, he heard air almost coming from like a hose in the car. And I said, "Well, you need to go back immediately. Go back. Something's not right." And he turned around and went back. And after talking to the mechanic and talking to the manager there, um, they were able to diagnose the problem that yes, in fact, a hose was loose, and they put the hose back on the car. And in doing so, he was able to. My husband was able to talk to the mechanic, and the mechanic said that while leaning in the, I guess while leaning in the car to fix my gasket seals, they had accidentally popped off that hose or knocked into it with their arm. I mean, I'm understandable. I know things happen. It got fixed and he was able to leave. After getting home was when the issues started happening. I looked under the hood of the car with my husband. He said something didn't seem right, and a part that was right next to that hose that he had knocked off, he also looked as if it was just hanging there. And it's my perception that he knocked off the clamp to the computer module as well, which is right next to the hose. Um, we also are missing things like a foam cover that goes over the gasket by my engine. It's called a heat shield. Half of it is gone. Mysteriously. So immediately I call the manager and I talked to a manager named Jose, and he told us that it's pretty much our word against theirs. And I said, "Well, you guys are the last one that has touched my car. You're responsible for fixing it." And he wanted to offer me a free oil change to compensate me for it taking so long to fix and for all of the problems. And he also did refuse to give me the number to corporate. He refused to give me the number to his manager. He wouldn't tell me his last name. And once he knew I was pretty upset at my situation with my car at this point, he wanted to try to remedy the situation by giving me a free oil change. And that's good and all, but I don't feel comfortable with this place even touching my vehicle again. Um, Today, here I am, like 3 days after they've worked on it. I can smell gas when I'm in the car now, and the check engine light came on today. So, tomorrow morning, October the 1st, 2024, we have to take it to a dealership this time and get them to look at it and see what it is they did wrong and possibly fix it. Jose said he also noted my account to give us back 75% reimbursement of anything that could go wrong with the car going forward. The more I sat and thought about that, I was unhappy with that. If it's something they've done, they need to fix 100% of what they've done wrong. And I have to pay out of pocket now to get the car looked at again by a second eye, and they need to be responsible for reimbursing that as well. As of today, corporate has been notified. I'm waiting to get a call back from them to help remedy the situation, and I'm not going to be happy unless they refund me for the gasket job. and for the whatever I have to pay out of pocket tomorrow. And if anything's wrong with the car, they need to be responsible for that as well. The most frustrating thing about the current situation is the fact that my family relies on one vehicle to get from point A to point B. I have a kid. My husband has a job that relies on the car going around delivering, and we're now not even knowing if we can drive the car safely from point A to point B or not. We have the appointment tomorrow morning to get it looked at by a dealership, but we don't really know what's going to happen from there. The worst thing right now is the fear of the unknown of not knowing what's going to happen, and knowing what's already happened and not knowing how they're going to fix the situation. They need to be responsible for paying for this. They need to pay me back for whatever, for what's went wrong. The gasket job was obviously done wrong. So I need reimbursed for that, for the labor that it took them to do all of this. And now I'll have to be reimbursed for the diagnostic tomorrow that has to be done on the vehicle. I mean, that's the most frustrating part, is knowing that you spend your hard-earned money to get something fixed and it doesn't get fixed correctly. And having a manager there at the store that would rather offer you an oil change thinking that's going to fix the problem, but your car's still messed up. No. The frustrating part is having a manager not willing to help fix the situation, being out money, and now possibly being out a vehicle, which in today's society is almost impossible to go without. The solution I'm looking for with this issue is to, one, be reimbursed for my gasket job that was done. It was not done correctly, or I would not be going through any of this. Two, I want my oil change to be honored at any location, TirePlus or Firestone. Three, I want reimbursed for anything I have to do with the car involving tomorrow when it gets an estimate done on it and it gets diagnosed where I need to take it to. Then I will be giving them a bill as to what I had to pay to get the diagnostic done. And they need to reimburse anything that needs to be done on the vehicle from the work that they did, which will be any work that they deem necessary from tomorrow's appointment. I want my money back. Mainly, I want my money back for my gasket job more than anything. I want my money back from what they charged me to do a horrible job on my car. And I won't be returning to this location or any other location for major car work ever again in the future.